This is 1480 KRAE Cheyenne.
As Cheyenne's weather turns warmer, dust and pollen can become a problem for those with allergies, asthma, or respiratory issues. And the last thing you want in the summer heat is poor air quality in your home or office. So it's time to turn to Marv's Plumbing and Heating. That's right, Cheyenne's most trusted plumbing, sewer, and heating business also services air conditioning. Marv's Plumbing and Heating, 1515 Logan Avenue, can handle all your air conditioning needs. Give them a call, 316-7634. That's 316-7634.
Is your teenager ready to drive?
Come on, Mom, let's go.
Sorry, you're not ready to drive yet.
What? Come on.
You need to complete a driver's ed class first.
The Wyoming-Montana Safety Council offers a complete driver's education program taught by Tim Woodard, former Laramie County School District's driver's ed teacher. Classes are starting soon. Please call 635-4592 to sign up or go to wmsafetycouncil.org. Wyoming-Montana Safety Council. Think safe, live safe.
What you are about to hear is a sports talk radio show unlike any other that has ever before been broadcast in the capital city of Cheyenne, Wyoming, USA. This is Cheyenne, Wyoming's Sports Talk Authority. The Wyoming Cowboys, the Denver Broncos, the Colorado Rockies, and the Denver Nuggets. The show is local, it's regional, and yes, the show is national as well. Wyoming Sports Talk Today is on the air. If they're talking sports on the radio in Cheyenne, this is the place it happens. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
Good Monday afternoon. Larry Peroletti, Nick Peroletti. We are back with you on Wyoming Sports Talk Today, being brought to you by some really, really great folks. We couldn't do it without them. Lincoln Way Liquor at 2825 East Lincoln Way. Marv's Plumbing and Heating, 1515 Logan Avenue. Most recently, you heard from the Wyoming-Montana Safety Council. We also want to thank Mondello's Pizzeria at 1507 Stillwater Avenue, Suite D in the Greenway Commons. First Tier Bank directly across the street at 1508 Stillwater Avenue. The key people of Cheyenne. Give Rachel a call, 414-0074. The key people come to your place and clean it so you don't have to. Lennox Auto Body with two locations. First, the auto repair and truck repair center over on Dunn Avenue. And, of course, you can do the auto glass and detail thing over on Pershing Boulevard. Medicap Pharmacy for all your pharmaceutical needs and wants over on Bluegrass Circle next to Texas Roadhouse. Platte Valley Bank with two banking locations. The main location, yes, on the north side over on Vanda High. The east side location at the corner of College and Pershing. Platte Valley Bank ×2. Kia of Cheyenne, where the lot is filled with some good-looking Kias right now. Check them out over on Nation Way. Kia of Cheyenne. Chick-fil-A, delicious lunch and dinner goodies for you, and breakfast served up Monday through Saturday. A chicken biscuit sounds good. Wash it down with some orange juice. Yes, you can do that over at Chick-fil-A of Cheyenne. Right there at the corner of Windmill and Del Range, right across from Menards, Ray and Cindy's place. Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service on Highway 30. Again, check out their clearance sale going on right now. So if you're in the market this year for a Jayco product, you will find it on sale, probably about 30% off at Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service. We also want to thank Taco John's of Cheyenne, where they feature their loaded potato olays, their sirloin steak burrito, brand new to the menu. Also, they have their 6-pack and a pound goodies for you. And, of course, every Tuesday, it's Taco Tuesday at Taco John's. And last but not least, we get the program underway with our scoreboard. And our scoreboard is brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne. We go first to the Nexter. What's going on?
Let's see, recapping from the past weekend. We'll start on the local side with baseball with Cheyenne Post 6. They were out in Omaha, Nebraska. Let's go with Friday's contest. They took on Hopkins, Minnesota, won that contest 4-1. And also, too, on Friday, they took on Minot, North Dakota, won that contest 4-0. Moving over to Saturday, they had a doubleheader on that day as well. First game was against Bryan, Arkansas. They lost 4-0. Game number 2, they won against Creighton Prep 14-0. So right now, for Cheyenne Post 6 on the season, they are 32-10 overall. For the Cheyenne Mustangs, they were in action at home, competing in their own Mustang Summer Classic Tournament. Game number 1 on Friday against the Lakewood Tigers. They defeated them 14-4. Saturday Saturday was a doubleheader. Game 1 against the Casper Crush took them on and won 9-4. Game number 2 against the Colorado Warriors won that contest 15-1. Sunday's doubleheader, first game was against the Lakewood Tigers again. Hey, guess what? They beat them 14-4 on Friday. They did the same thing on Sunday by winning 14-4. And game number 2, the championship game on Sunday against the Casper Crush, won 16-1. So for the Cheyenne Mustangs, they are 35-2 overall. College baseball action, it is the World Series. It is the final coming up tonight on ESPN. Game number 1 at 6 o'clock between Oregon State and Arkansas. Again, at best series out of 3 coming up. So again, game number 1 tonight, 6 o'clock on ESPN.
Major League Baseball, a couple of games that are taking place right now. Top of the 7th inning at Comerica. The Motor City Kitties of Detroit and the Athletics of Oco are tied 1-1. And top of the 4th inning at Kauffman Stadium, the Angels and the Royals, they are at zip. Games getting underway when we get off the air. It will be the M's at the Orioles. Yankees will take on the Phils in Philadelphia. It's the Pirates and the Mets at Citi Field. If you didn't hear yesterday, Brandon Nimmo got plunked on the hand. Good news, the x-rays were negative. I don't believe he'll be in the lineup for tonight. Let's see. Diamondbacks and the Marlins will be at Marlins Park in Miami. The 5:10 start for the Nats and the Rays at Tropicana Field. 5:35 Mountain Time. Reds and the Braves at Cumberland, Georgia. In the 6 o'clock hour, it'll be the Padres and the Rangers at Globe Life Park in Arlington. Blue Jays at the Astros. Cleveland will be on the road. They face the Cardinals at Busch, and it will be the Cubs and the Dodgers tonight at Dodger Stadium. Our scoreboard brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne.
Hi, I'm Alex White, tea master at Pure Leaf. When I make tea, everything I know goes into it. You can't be impatient. When I craft Pure Leaf iced tea, I don't take shortcuts, because I want you to have the same amazing taste of iced tea that I do. So I start with fresh picked tea leaves. Then, after they're delicately dried, I blend and brew them at a lower temperature to draw out their unique aromas. And then I taste and fine-tune the blend for a delicious smooth iced tea. I'd love to have you take a sip right now, but that's one thing we can't do over the radio. But you can experience the same delicious taste of Pure Leaf iced tea anywhere you are. I'm Alex White, Pure Leaf Tea Master. Pure Leaf, our thing is tea.
You're listening to Cheyenne's new Sports Talk Authority. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today on AM 1480 K-Ray.
We are back on Wyoming Sports Talk Today, waiting on the arrival of our first guest, as we'll have a chance to talk some baseball. This is really, Nick, as we look back on all of the things that have gone on. You know, you had the Mustangs put on that little event for the youngsters. We have the other event coming up here in July, and of course, Post 6. I'm not going to take away a mustard from that. But again, there's another event. So there's a lot of good things going on for the kids and learning about the game of baseball. Boy, I'll tell you what, you know, I think back to when I was a kid, we didn't have much of these type of clinics that went on. And again,
you probably did, but you didn't know about it.
No.
Yeah, at least with the availability of information nowadays. Again, now you have, if you're a parent, and also too, again, you have this choice of where, yes, the Mustangs are putting on clinics. You have also too, with the Cheyenne Post 6 putting on their youth clinic. Again, also too, with the MLB Players Association alumni crew, they're putting on that clinic.
That's their
again,
first one,
the first ever one.
Yeah.
It's again, Wyoming's one of the last states they have not put on this youth clinic. They will also too be putting on a coaches clinic. Sorry, unfortunately, that registration has closed, but again, it's still open registration for the youth clinic coming up in July 7th over at Mike Lansing Field. So as we talked with the gentleman on, I do believe, Thursday of last week, again, a lot of former Rockies players going to be a part of this, and a few other MLB stars.
Yeah, Mike
well.
Myers, former Rocky, and thus far Brian Fisher are the only two that. And then there's going to be others that will commit.
There were other names, as I could see from his piece of paper he had in front of him, but he was a little hesitant to tell us, or
He
maybe
wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we weren't here on Friday. We had our annual.
Took a 3-day weekend.
Well, we had our annual building barbecue, and we were all busy.
It seemed like the
running
whole
around.
town had a barbecue as I was driving by. A few other spots did, but yes, we did as well.
So again, we decided to, take the day off, and of course we were getting ready for
Super Day.
Super Day. Wow.
We'll talk about.
No,
I want to. Again, we'll go away
I
from the
don't
sports
even-
a little bit, but not probably an hour number 2, at least of our opinion. Maybe have to poke some jabs at a few people as well too. Of maybe the banana boys over there across the way. Why?
Nah, I don't want to.
That's.
I don't even want to discuss Super Day as far as I'm concerned. I've had enough.
I do. I just.
I thought
again,
I thought it was.
You did it this morning. I feel like I need to, at least this time around. Again, of hey, City of Cheyenne.
All I know is it cost me more than it's worth.
Pretty much. But at least thank you to all who did at least come by, say hi, and also to sign up. We did give away a few pairs of tickets, at least all 6 of them, to a family as well, too, for Cheyenne Mustangs
they
baseball.
were excited about that. I like that.
Yeah, so again, thank you to all who did stop by again, where we were representing both KYOY and K-Ray at Super Day this past Saturday. So thank you to all who did join us, along with also to Erin Elliott with Mountain View Massage Therapy. She was there as much as that was. She got to experience it for the first time and had her fun with Super Day, or at least an interesting introduction to how that all goes on about. But anyways, again, hour number 2, we'll probably talk about that.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll just take
You want to say something.
No, I don't. I really don't, because I'm so livid. I don't even want to go.
Why not? Let the people know.
No,
Vent your frustration.
Why?
Is there anything wrong with that?
It doesn't matter.
Makes good radio.
The city don't care.
So what?
The city
Just
hasn't cared.
The people should know. People should know, right?
Yeah.
They have the right to know. As we're teasing it right now, why not?
No,
Why not?
I think the
We've already said our opinions on the mayor, the city council,
I
and
think
other
it's so
governing
funny.
bodies in this town. Why not?
It's so funny that when you have a load and unload pass, and you get in there, and that was cool.
Yeah.
And then when they blow up a piece of our equipment, I go run back.
See, now again, we said it. We were saving it for hour number 2.
No. I'm just saying. So I go back and go get a piece of equipment, and they tell me I can't go back into the park well before 10 o'clock, but yet they let 2 other vehicles in, and they tell me I couldn't go back.
Again, we'll give you full details now.
I don't want. There's a sad note. We'll go away from sports. And one of my favorite shows. I really like the show.
Yeah.
Stars.
Well, I've been around it. I watched it with you, and again, I've been to
you've actually
I've been to
been
that
there.
store many a time, especially
And I
living
know
in
it's not
Vegas.
sports, but they have some great sports memorabilia. You know,
I actually got to put on one of the 1989 A's World Series rings, thanks to one of them. Again, it was a $30,000 ring, at least of their price there in the store. But again, a championship ring. It was emerald with the A and diamonds, and
well, they've had a lot of stuff turned to their Super Bowl rings, like you said.
they still have the Patriots Super Bowl that they show at least on the header of the show. But again, they do have a lot of great sports memorabilia.
There's a lot of sports memorabilia. Matter of fact,
Gold medal.
There's been a lot of shows where they showed like Babe Ruth's bat, that type of deal. But anyway, the founder of Pawn Stars, I guess you would call him,
At least of the gold
the
gold and silver pawn shop there in Las Vegas.
the old man, Richard Harrison. Gosh, he was only 77.
Yeah, but he was dealing with a condition that I don't think the public even really knew about. They didn't really publicly discuss. He was dealing with Parkinson's. Did not even realize that.
Well, and he was always kind of low-keyed, and he really wasn't saying much. But again, you told me when you lived out there, correct me if I'm wrong, that these guys just basically showed up for the show. They just taped the show, and then the store basically
it kind of ran itself.
Was run by the managers they put in place. But that's a good show.
They showed up every once in a while. Again, it was special surprises. Whether also too it was Rick's birthday. I think I was there for that event one year. And again, they also own their own kind of shops across the parking lot there. Rick, I know, has a barbecue bar essentially where he serves food. I think Chumley has his candy shop there. It's all built into these little containers there on the Las Vegas Strip, north of Vegas. But it's they're off kind of expanding on their ventures right now. And again, with the pawn shop, they're pretty much confident of it's it's going to do well. It's going to, when the interesting stuff comes in, that's when they'll get everything taken care of.
Well, also, too, and our guest has just arrived.
Yes.
But anyway, I was going to say, same thing, too, even though he advertises Linkaway Liquors here during our program, check out Linkaway Superpond. He also has a very nice collection of some collectible sports memorabilia as well over at Lincoln Way. Super Pond right there at 2825 East Lincoln Way. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll be joined by our first guest after these words right here on 1480 K-Ray.
We are the key to your cleaning success. The Key People that provides affordable office and professional cleaning services for over 40 years with exceptional customer care. All of our contractors have background checks and are licensed and bonded. We guarantee you a safe and secure service that is tailored to your individual and business needs. The Key People do not impose year-long contracts, and all quotes are free, confidential, and personalized. Call the Key People at 1-800-468-8283. That's 1-800-468-8283.
Chick-fil-A is a proud supporter of our high school athletes at East, Central, and South. May the school year bring success to all of you. Before you start your day, stop by Chick-fil-A for a hearty, delicious, and satisfying breakfast. Only at Windmill and Del Range. Breakfast is served Monday through Saturday from 6 in the morning till 10:30 a.m. Breakfast with Chick-fil-A, the most important meal of the day at Windmill and Del Range.
John Mason here for Lincoln Way Liquor. I want to thank Cheyenne for helping us grow during our first year of business. We have over 5,000 new customers in our database in just 13 months. Our customers love our low prices, free ice, 2% credit for future purchases, and some really friendly service. And we always have 16 weekly specials on beer, wine, and liquor. We ask you to compare Lincoln Way Liquor, 2825 East Lincoln Way. We're not the largest, but we might just be the best.
Do you have a big remodeling project in mind? Then the best tool for you is a home equity line of credit from Platte Valley Bank. Whether you are remodeling, making home repairs, or expanding, a home equity line of credit can help you finish that project. Stop in and we'll show you the hidden value in your home with a home equity line of credit from Platte Valley Bank.
Some restrictions may apply, subject to credit approval. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 K-Ray.
Weather-wise for today, mostly sunny. Look for a daytime high of 78 degrees, winds northwesterly at 5 to 15. Mostly clear for tonight. Our low down to 53 degrees. Winds will be out of a southwest direction at 5 to 10. Tuesday's forecast continued sunny. Look for a daytime high near 90. Winds out of the west at 10 to 15. And for Tuesday night, partly cloudy with our low down to 54 degrees.
When it comes to sports talk in Cheyenne, it's a whole new ballgame. Let's play ball! You're listening to Wyoming Sports Talk today, and it's only here on AM 1480 K-Ray.
Back again on Wyoming Sports Talk today as I get to switch chairs and we turn the big boy chair over to our next guest, who is Ty Lane, the skipper of the Post Sixers. And Ty, first off, we say congratulations on a very successful road trip as you ventured east into Cornland and, came away looking pretty doggone good after this weekend.
Yeah, it was a positive road trip for us. We started off by dropping a game that we felt like we should have won early. But then we bounced back and played really good baseball for the duration of that trip. And when you add Pueblo in with that, you take those two tough, difficult tournaments and finish with a 9-3 road trip, you're pretty happy about that.
When you look at the scores of these games, you have to be pretty happy with the pitching too. I mean, you got a lot of mileage out of your pitching this weekend.
Absolutely. We gave up 8 runs in the 5 games in Omaha against some top flight competition. Seeing 2 teams that were in the Legion World Series and knowing that you have the ability to keep them in check gives you a chance to be in every ball game you play and the ability to beat anyone you play.
You know this as a player, former player. You know this as a coach under your pop, and then you know it now as the head guy. The competition that you have faced this year, and I've been here for going to be 33 years, and we can say everything we want to say about Rapid City and all that, but the scheduling that you have put together this year, and we haven't even gotten into some other stuff that's going to come about. You guys have knocked on the door of some pretty good competition throughout the course of the season.
Yeah, we've gotten lucky. My dad, Coach Lane, older Coach Lane, has kind of put the foundation in for what this schedule is and built some relationships that are very important to creating the type of schedule that we have. And when you get invited by Pat Mooney, a head coach of Creighton Prep, to come into an Elite 8-team Legion-only tournament, that's just a good sign for what has happened in our program in the past, and then the way we competed in it shows good signs for what could happen in the future.
And you mentioned as well, too, with Creighton Prep, you got that 14-0 victory against them on the final day of that tournament out there. But as you were talking, we talked about it last week with you when you were on the road, that this is a team that was in the American Legion, at least finals. They did not win the whole thing, but again, it's still a team that made it to the finals. You won 14-0 against this team. That just speaks wonders. I mean, your players just got to have utmost confidence right now, at least going into at least tomorrow's game against Greeley and for the rest of this season right now.
Yeah, it was an exciting win. I don't think a team from Cheyenne has put that kind of performance on the field against Creighton Prep ever since I've been around. And, they were in the national title game last year. We also played that day Bryan, Arkansas, who lost to Henderson, Nevada as well. They both were beaten by Henderson, and they lost in the Final Four of the World Series. And, I told our guys this might be the toughest doubleheader we have of the year right here, and came out of that with a split. This is a good day for us, and played well, especially in the second one.
And with this as well, too, I want to keep on the theme where it was out in Omaha, Nebraska, as with the College World Series happening out there right now, as I kind of tongue-in-cheek kind of kid around with you of like, hey, maybe go out and see a couple of those games. But, we have top-level college teams playing out there right now, some top-level baseball. Did we, by chance, have some of maybe representatives of those schools come on by, give some of these kids some looks of going, hey, here's Oregon State, or here's Arkansas, here's Florida coming by to take a look at some Cheyenne Post 6 baseball as well?
Yeah, there was people around. The people that are in the World Series, I think, are pretty busy, so they're focused and locked in on what they're doing at the moment. But there's some top-tier level schools around. What was pretty cool is the Bryan, Arkansas team we played. A kid from their program is actually the ace of the Arkansas Razorbacks. He'll pitch tonight in the national championship game, and he was playing for Bryant just a couple years ago, and so they were real excited about that, going out and watching him play and moving back.
The nice thing about these summer tournaments, and again, gosh, you're going to date me back almost 40, 50 years ago, but the thing is, when you go to these type of tournaments too, sitting in the stands, and really you don't take note of it because you're busy taking care of business on the field. But there are scouts from major leagues as well too, for both the American and National League, because they're everywhere during this time of year. And I'm sure in an elite tournament such as that you were participating in, I'm sure there was a few up there. And I don't know if any of your kids got a serious look-see, but I'm sure it didn't hurt them.
Yeah, especially after the way we played against Creighton Prep, we had several guys come down to our dugout at the end of that game with a lot of interest in several of our guys. So, I just tell our guys to lock in and focus on playing good baseball and trying to win the competition that you're in, and those types of things will eventually take care of themselves.
We've all been there, did it, done it. And again, I think back to my high school days too, where you got scouts talking to you, looking at you. How do you, and again, you're a good athlete and you know what I'm talking about. How do you deflect that, I don't want to use the word ego, but how do you deflect all that pressure away, so to speak, from the kids?
Well, I think we've gotten better at it as the summer has moved along. When we showed up at the Cherry Creek Classic, our guys, you could see that there was some other things besides winning the baseball game on their minds. And, we kind of right then that day set the tone for, when you're playing for your personal self, you're not going to put your best result on the field. And when you're competing to try to win a baseball game, that's when you'll do things that are going to catch people's eye. It comes back to mentality, just being focused on the pitch you're on. And if you have any distraction that's other than that, it's going to detract from your ability to play the game. So our kids have learned that. They've gotten better at playing under those types of pressures. And, all those things are preparation for playoff time come the end of the year, because maybe it's not that same distraction at the end, but there is outside forces that weigh on your mind. And if we do this, we could win this, or if we do that, if I get a hit here, I could get signed here, those types of things. It's all just preparation for us to play our best baseball at the end.
Ty Lane, Sixer skipper here, joining us on Wyoming Sports Talk today. I'm sorry, Nick.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, as we usually ask you, Ty, at least with any of these tournaments, but takeaways from this. What did we see? What positives did we come away with out of this tournament? And also, too, again, are there still things we need to work at, or is it something that, again, you get a 14 win over at least Creighton Prep, that this team is showing at least kind of moving on the slope upwards, at least for the rest of the season?
I think we proved to ourselves and to others that, we have a chance. This team has a chance to do something special, and that's a good takeaway to bring home with you. We also know, we ran into a really good arm from Arkansas, and we have the ability to get shut out as well. And that's, I think, the first time that's happened to us this summer. So, there's always a possibility for great things to happen. We have to learn how to be able to beat a top-tier, top-flight arm. And there's ways that we can do it. We had that kid's pitch count into the 60s after 2.5 innings, and then we let him have some quick innings on us, things like that we can learn from, build from, try to get that arm out of the game as early as possible. And then, our pitching and our defense kept us in that game, and I think it will throughout the remainder of the season. So we're going to have chances. We just got to get better and learn how to win those types of games.
I was just thinking about our media here, use our local paper, our local TV station, local radio stations here in town, and which has given a lot of coverage to both the Sixers as well as to the Mustangs. How are you seeing the outside media treating Cheyenne and Post 6, for example? So when you're down at Cherry Creek or you're in Omaha, and obviously they're putting results in the paper, and I don't know if anybody's sticking a microphone in your face, but I mean, Coach, are you getting the respect now as you've been on the road and putting your guys on the field?
I think it's growing every year, a little bit at a time. Winning the Nooch in Pueblo, that was our second time since 2015. I think teams show up and know, okay, if we're going to win this tournament, Cheyenne's one of the teams we're going to have to beat to do it. And that's a good reputation to have. It helps our guys get better because we know we're going to see some of the upper-level pitching. Guys won't try to slough on us to get past us, those types of things. As far as the media goes, I think, they expect us to compete well and be in the mix. And, that's where we want to be as a program.
Is that something where also, too, for notoriety, especially with media, or at least competing in these tournaments, winning these tournaments as well, too, is that something where that gives the opportunity for Post 6, where, again, we're competing down in Omaha, we're competing down in Pueblo, but expands the horizons for Cheyenne Post 6 to maybe go, hey, Texas has got a tournament, maybe in Dallas, or maybe we go out to, if we have the funds available, Atlanta, Georgia, or
on the left coast.
Yeah, someone like that. Is that where, winning these tournaments, have you seen it in your time and getting that media coverage where, these other tournament, at least promoters or whoever puts these on, going, hey, this Post 6 team, let's give them a shot to go over and compete in our tournament and see what they're made of.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely happened. This tournament that we're going to next week is a result of some of that stuff that happened like that last year. There's the Seattle Select team, Lubbock team, Salt Lake City Select team. I know it's in Denver, but it is, our reputation has helped us get into those types of tournaments. And I think, we're keep building upon that. If we're in this tournament, compete well, and Lubbock has something that they want us to go to, I think we'll get some offers like that to go do some top flight things.
We also, too, and let's be realistic as well. You may get invites, but it's not coming out of your pocket, right, per se. But it's coming out of the family's pockets. So you have to be real selectful. Or is this something that you bring to the Sixer board, or do you talk to the parents as a group saying, hey, here's a possibility, Wheatland, I'll just throw, we could go to the San Francisco Bay Area next year. We can drive, and here's what it's going to cost us. I mean, do you have that opportunity to throw that before the parents, or do you have to go to the board before it's all said and done?
Well, usually we start with the board, and our board has just done an unbelievable job trying to make any opportunity that we have become a reality. My first year as the head coach, we competed well at the regional tournament, got an invitation to play in California. We did, it's just like you said, San Francisco area. We went out there and played 5 or 6 games, and that was all a product of our board doing an unbelievable job and our parents being on board with that as well. And I think we'll get other opportunities like that as we move along. But, you know, we're also seeing some of the best that come to this area as well. So sometimes we can get that type of tournament without having to travel as far, and that helps on the budget for sure.
We're talking with Ty Lane. He is the skipper of Post 6, the Sixers skipper, and we are going to check back with him in a little bit. We got to pay some bills. We'll be right back right here on 1480 K-Ray. Wow, it's hot enough out there to fry chicken, so now's the time to find ways to beat the heat, and Marv's Plumbing and Heating, 1515 Logan Avenue, is the best place to go to get cool. Marv's Plumbing and Heating, which provides complete air conditioning, installation, inspection, and repair services, is offering its air conditioning inspections for just $98. So beat the heat right now by calling Marv's Plumbing and Heating today at 316-7634. That's 316-7634.
Is your teenager ready to drive?
Come on, Mom. Let's go.
Sorry, you're not ready to drive yet.
What? Come on.
You need to complete a driver's ed class first.
The Wyoming-Montana Safety Council offers a complete driver's education program taught by Tim Woodard, former Laramie County School District's driver's ed teacher. Classes are starting soon. Please call 635-4592 to sign up or go to wmsafetycouncil.org. Wyoming-Montana Safety Council. Think safe, live safe.
When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think authentic Italian. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think made fresh from scratch. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think great pizza, delicious Philly cheesesteak, superb hot and cold Italian sandwiches, meatballs, sausage, and special subs, calzones, crisp salads, and great service. When you say Mondello's Pizzeria, think unmatched Italian taste. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, your only true Italian stop for lunch or dinner.
Hello, this is Pastor Nathaniel Ensley with Blessed Hope Baptist Church in Burns, Wyoming, and I would like to invite you to listen to our weekly broadcast entitled Hope for Today, right here on 1480 K-Ray, every Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. Our goal during each broadcast is to bring you a simple and short Bible truth that will be a help to you. Sure hope you can tune in. God bless you.
Tired of lazy and predictable sports talk radio? We know you are. This is Cheyenne's new sports radio home. It's Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's right here on AM 1480 K-Ray.
As we're back on Wyoming Sports Talk today, talking with Ty Lane, and we were talking during the break too, you know, again, this all costs money, and you're not made out of the gold standard, you know, and you rely on the young men that you have on your team and their families to come up with a good portion of the cash, but you also try to have fundraisers throughout during the season, off season, and matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, this particular kids clinic we got coming up, a little bit of a fundraiser for the Post 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so. I think the the biggest reason that we put it on is to try to help kids enjoy playing baseball and give them a fun experience being around the game and part of the game. I think most of what we raise from that will go back into it as far as T-shirts and lunch and those types of things for those guys. But we're excited to host that event. We have just the best time ever with those kids doing that. It's my favorite day of the year. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of the kids out there tomorrow morning.
Now, this is going to be kind of a day-night thing. Right. Because you guys will have this in the morning from 9 until noon, and then you're going to be back on the field at 6 o'clock. But again, I can't count how many of these things I've known that you guys have done over the years over at Powers Field. But again, is it for both boys and girls, if I recall?
Yeah, yep.
And again, this is going to be a 3-hour program. The whole team is involved, and what are you going to do as far as individual instructions?
For sure. We're going to break it into about 7 or 8 groups. Each group is focused on a particular area of the game that we want to kind of lay out the basic fundamentals of how to play. And so we'll split all these kids up into ages, and our whole program will be there from our 8th graders all the way through our seniors, and our entire program-wide coaching staff will be there, and we'll have coaches at each station and just try to run kids through and hopefully teach them a little bit about the game and let them have a good time.
Is this something where registration needs to be done online, or can families walk up to Powers Field and sign up for this camp day of, at least before 9 a.m.?
Yeah, they can walk up and sign up the day of. So we're looking for anybody and everybody that wants to get out onto Powers Field and play some baseball.
You know, we were just talking about it before you came on, and again, me being ancient, but I think this is kind of a really nice thing. And again, you know, you guys took the ball and ran with it a long, long time now. And, of course, Mustangs have their own little camp. We just had a gentleman on the other day with the major leagues now that they're going to be putting on the
with the Alumni Association.
And, again, you look at these type of camps for the youngsters here in town. Boy, we're doing a lot of things for the kids. Aside from them just playing over at CJL. I mean, this is a neat deal. I don't know how many of these things that you were involved in when you were younger, but it seems like we're putting a lot of these on during the summer.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more. I think it's really just the foundation of baseball that we have in place in 2018 is the best that we've ever had it in this town. I think baseball is growing in Cheyenne. And I think it's pretty obvious with how our 2 teams in Cheyenne have competed. You know, it's been a while since Cheyenne's had enough good players to be able to do that, and we do right now. And I think we will continue to grow our town as far as baseball goes and be able to compete at even a higher and higher level.
Would you agree, though, with this camp, as we talked with Rick about their camp last week with him, is this also to a situation where the kind of younger, at least with families and also the younger kids coming in, kind of saying, here's what we offer to the table. Here's Cheyenne Post 6 baseball, as we do have the Mustangs. We also do have the Cheyenne Coyotes, as they are at least kind of evolving into at least a new venture with them. Is this also, too, would you agree that this is you kind of showcasing to families of here's what Post 6 baseball has to offer if you want to at least kind of
go that route?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we want to represent our program in a professional manner and do the best job that we can, and hopefully have these kids enjoy spending time around our program and our coaches and our guys. And you know, for us, it's more about doing what's right by the kids and making sure they enjoy themselves and have fun and learn something. But, yeah, we're going to showcase our program and try to let the community know what Post 6 is all about.
Well, I also see, too, it's a shortened season, summer season for baseball for the younger kids, and by having your camp, and we'll go with the Mustangs, and then this later camp coming up in July, it's like it extends the season. But I also believe, too, it's bringing more interest, because I know when I was coaching you when you were younger, you know, and you have 10, 11 kids or 12 kids on a roster, but now you're starting to see more and more interest of kids wanting to play baseball, and I think getting the proper instruction by groups like you are adding more excitement to the game.
I completely agree with that. You know, we're getting more and more kids that want to play baseball, and you know, our goal is to try to turn Cheyenne into a baseball town, man. And I think we've done a good job of teaching these kids how to play and letting them compete at the highest level they can. And we're excited to see how that continues to grow in the future.
And real quick, back to your event going on tomorrow, again, from 9 until 12 noon. Lunch will be provided, and again, right across the way, Ray and Cindy Mefford.
They're putting on a great lunch.
Yeah, they're great folks over there, right across the way.
Sounds like you'll be probably attending, right?
I'll just attend for the food.
There you go.
But anyway, you got Chick-fil-A providing the food, and then Randy over at Dairy Queen providing the T-shirts for the campers. So, well, I'll tell you what, you got this thing pretty much set up for tomorrow, don't you?
Yeah, we're excited, man. We're gonna work them out hard, get them hungry, and then feed them some Chick-fil-A, and hopefully invite them to come back out to our nightcap at 6:30 tomorrow night. We're taking on the Greeley Gojos, and any camper that wears their T-shirt and comes out tomorrow night will get to run out on the field and take their position at their favorite spot for pregame and be out there for the national anthem and just kind of get a feel for what it's like to be a Sixer for a day. And we're excited about that.
All right, Coach, we want to thank you very much for joining us here on Wyoming Sports Talk today. I know you always have one thing every time I always say bye-bye.
Absolutely. Again, I got to end with one question as well, too, as we have, let's see, we got Ortmeyer as our NBA professional. Who else? Breen as our NHL insider. I'm going to go with you, Ty. You're going to be our College World Series insider. Oregon State, Arkansas tonight, 7 o'clock on ESPN. Excuse me, 6 o'clock, as I got that wrong. But, again, Game 1, Oregon State. It is the finals. Who you got? Who's winning this thing? Who's winning Game 1? But who's going to be the national champion?
I'm going to take Arkansas in Game 1 just because we played Bryant. Now I've got a little bit of an emotional connection to that one, so I'm going to take Arkansas in Game 1. But I've got Oregon State coming back and winning the next 2 to win the World Series.
Pac-12 back on top. All right, Coach, you want to thank so much, and again, good luck with the camp tomorrow from 9 until noon. And again, Greeley Gojo's 6:30 at Powers Field. So $5 for adults, $3 for kids. Campers, make sure you wear that T-shirt tomorrow. All righty, sounds good. Real quick, do they need to go online if they want to get some more information? Is it just post6baseball.com?
Yeah, it should be on our website, post6baseball.com, and should have a little layout there of what the day will look like. So.
All right, sounds good. All right, we are going to take a timeout. We're going to come back, and we'll continue on with Wyoming Sports Talk today right here at 1480 K-Ray.
You can actually get something good for your health at a drive-through window. When you order your next prescription from Medicap Pharmacy, call ahead and use our drive-through window. Or you can call for free delivery. You can even log on to Medicap.com and order a prescription refill. Your Medicap pharmacist will call you to make arrangements for pickup or delivery.
Medicap Pharmacy will always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
The time is now, and the place to go is Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service for their annual model clearance sale of Jayco RVs and fifth wheels. This is your year to travel the countryside, and what better way with your Jayco RV from Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service. And to put you on the road today, save 30% on their annual model clearance. Their savings are always the best on whatever model you select. Come see and take home your favorite today when you buy from Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service at 6102 East Highway 30 in Cheyenne, or go online to jollyrogersrvs.com.
Taco John's presents Olay the Day Pep Talks.
Okay, good day in the weight room, boys. Remember, we lift weights for strength. For cardio, we lift weights faster. Wachowski, quit looking at your stomach, son. What you're looking for ain't there. If you want a six-pack, the easiest way to get one is at Taco John's.
Stop in for a six-pack and a pound at Taco John's. Get 6 crispy beef tacos and a pound of potato olays, all for $10.99.
Let's Olay the day and go get one right now. Last one there has to pick up Mrs. Coach from jiu-jitsu class.
Olay the day at Taco John's.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 K-Ray.
Weather-wise for today, mostly sunny. Look for a daytime high of 78 degrees, winds northwesterly at 5 to 15. Mostly clear for tonight. Our low down to 53 degrees. Winds will be out of a southwest direction at 5 to 10. Tuesday's forecast continued sunny. Look for a daytime high near 90. Winds out of the west at 10 to 15. And for Tuesday night, partly cloudy with our low down to 54 degrees.
Here the season never ends. From Wyoming sports to the Broncos in Denver. From Rockies baseball to talking hoops with Nuggets basketball. Local, regional, and national. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, right here on AM 1480 K-Ray.
We are back on Wyoming Sports Talk today, and I'm looking here just trying to make sure that he is going to be up and running. And the good news yesterday for Brandon Nimmo, he got hit by Rich Hill from the Dodgers. See, that makes you hate the Dodgers even more, Chris, where they're hitting on our local product. But anyway, so Brandon.
The Dodgers are nothing but thugs. Again, that's why we have the sign up in front again for those who are tuning in on our 1480 K-Ray YouTube channel and Periscope Live right now. Again, that bright orange and black beat LA. Again, that's what I think of Los Angeles.
Well, anyway, he got plunked twice yesterday.
Yep.
And the second time that he got hit,
Go figure, a guy
his right hand.
whose batting average and hitting stats are just going skyrocket right now in all of MLB.
283, 12 home runs, 25 RBI, but he's got a good on-base percentage.
Yeah.
Again, I think he's been plunked, about 12 times this year? Holy cow. It kind of reminds me. And again,
Was he like on top of the plate? What's going on?
Well, it's like for us old-timers, there used to be a couple of guys. The late Don Baylor.
Yeah.
Don Baylor used to always get plunked. And then there used to be a guy who played with the Mets. His name was Ron Hunt. He would crowd the plate, and he dared you to hit him, and he usually got hit. But anyway, it looks like the Mets announced X-rays on the hand were negative. That's a good thing. Now, will he be in the lineup tonight?
I would hopefully say no. At least let him rest a bit. Again, is it something dire?
But you know what though? When you are somebody like Brandon.
No, I'm not saying that he is saying that I want to sit out. He's not that kind of a player, but I would think that in the best interest for that team and him as a player, hopefully that they kind of look at, let's not aggravate it, maybe give him a day off, let it heal properly, hopefully, and again, then toss him out when he's a full 100%.
Well, and I look back to the same thing happened to Arenado last year, and it looked like it was worse than it really was first reported. And then,
well, you don't want it to turn out to be the two broken pinkies that the Giants have experienced.
No, but he was back in the line the next day, and here's the latest. The status right now is day-to-day. An MRI taken today on Nimmo's injured pinky came back negative. And
so there's that pinky injury. Again, don't want to aggravate that. Let it. Probably it's swollen right now, but again, just let it.
Yeah.
Again, just he's day-to-day. Hopefully they just let him sit, let him rest. Maybe he comes up and pinch hitting role, possibly.
That's a very good shot. Yeah. So.
But other than that, though, again, there's no real point to toss him out right now. Again, just let it heal and let him just do his thing. Again, no need to aggravate it and cause it to be something even more. Again, we saw what happened with simple pinky, at least when it's fracturing. Again, look what happened. Giants have experienced where, again, you're without that guy for months. Do you sit him out for a few days or without him for months?
Here's what it is. While Nimmo seemingly is not facing any sort of long-term absence, he will not start today.
Yeah.
So probably will be available for pinch hitting duty, and he will not do so until he can, again, grip a bat without discomfort. So, our hopes that he'll be able to get over this thing here pretty doggone quick, though. But, again, it's day-to-day with Brandon, pinky injury. But again, the results came back negative, and that's good to hear.
I guess also, too, on the injury, if we're talking injuries, the comeback right now of Cueto side, and he was out in Sacramento with the River Cats. He's, again, I think 3 solid innings, but he's on the fast track to be back with the main club right now. So, again, another piece for the Giants to get back healthy. And, again, another thing for the Colorado Rockies to be a little bit worried about as they are, again, it's not a big separation right now from the rest of the top 3 pack, but it's
here's
maybe
the
this
deal.
is the start.
Let's
go into the Rockies. Let's talk about how pathetic that team is.
We may not even get to the top. It might be after the top of the hour. But the Dodgers have got Kershaw back. Now, Kershaw basically...
For how long, though?
I know, but basically his start was more of his rehab start.
No, yeah.
They only threw him 3 innings on Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
So,
again, a hard pitch count or again in any count, absolutely. Why not with that, man? Again, your ace of the staff, your leader of that team. Yeah, I no surprise the Dodgers paid very close attention and was very careful with this guy. Again, where he's the Derrick Rose of the MLB, where he's got that talent. We know what he brings to the table, but he's just very injury prone right now. And again, with the back strains and how he just delivers, you just kind of wonder now, is he going to relax on maybe, strides or, again, try to not aggravate that back again? Who knows at this point?
Well, he is scheduled to throw against the Rocks. Let me see here. I do believe he is scheduled for Friday.
Is that in L.A.?
It's in L.A. The Rockies are on the road right now. They'll have San Francisco tomorrow.
Hey, Rockies, Wednesday, you should be happy. You do better on the road.
They'll have Wednesday and Thursday at AT&T, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Dodger Stadium. They'll get mad. Now, again, you hate to be the Rockies per se right now because they're okay on on the hitting side, but like we were talking.
Again, they're solid hitting. There's no issues with that.
Yeah, but they get Mad Bum on Wednesday. I really want to see what. I think Mad Bum will be opposed by Gray, if I'm not mistaken. That should be a pretty good matchup.
You would hope so. I would think so. Again, Bumgarner, he's slowly getting back into
Freeland. It'll be Freeland, 2 lefties.
Okay, then sorry, Colorado. Pitching-wise, you don't have a shot. But anyways, again, Matt Bum, he's getting back into his old ways, at least getting back to that number one ace of that team, which is good news for the Giants. The Giants right now, again, as they're getting pieces back and healthy again, Cueto is at least looking to get back sometime soon with the Giants. Again, still waiting on the status with Evan Longoria of what's going to happen there. But, pieces are filling up, and, again, teams getting healthy. We did see a Hunter Pence walk-off, so at least the past weekend. So, again, right now, good things for the Giants, good things for the Dodgers going forward. Diamondbacks are okay, and then, again, how long do we have or how long should we talk about the Rockies?
Probably until the All-Star break, about 3 weeks.
And then we're done?
No,
I feel like it. Again, everything that I've been talking about for this entire season up to this point is happening right now in front of us. The Rockies they're slipping, not fast, or at least, again, that discrepancy between the top three is not as big as it seems, but it feels like it's going to at some point in time where the Rockies, again, this home issue of why you can't win at Coors Field is slowly starting to bite them.
But you could see yesterday when McGee came in and gave up the 2 runs, the 2 earned runs in his little relief stint. And I will. And, again, I have been one that has been critical of Adam Ottavino. He pitched well yesterday. I will give him.
He's the only shining star right now. Again,
bright. You got that right. And Davis pitched a okay 9th inning, but Shaw is now on the 10-day DL for the Rocks. Dunn was on the DL. I still think he is on the DL. And you look at, I think Oberg might still be on the DL. I think he's on there. So,
but even with them on the DL, is it something where, again, with Giants, with the Dodgers, hey, these are big names coming back to these teams? No, again, they still have monstrous ERAs. They are, again, so middle relief. It's nothing for Rockies fans are really that excited going.
No, but what I saw,
Oberg's coming back.
What I saw yesterday on when Bud Black went out to get McGee, and it was interesting too because you could see the facial expressions of and Nolan Arenado is the team leader of that ball club.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
And Story, you can see, and even Desmond when they were on the hill there waiting for. Ottavino to come in to relieve McGee yesterday. You could see there's some tension right now, and it's like the Rockies battled back yesterday, and all of a sudden it's like the pitching core is just falling flat. They're just not good all around.
I've been telling you that's in spring training,
but and you could just see it. In the defense as well as them going to the plate.
Well, again, it just reverbs as much as we've been saying for quite some time is, again, there are professional athletes. You do try to shake off that things and not put blame on others, but you're still human and you go, here I am, Nolan Arenado, putting on my greatest effort. Here I am getting voted to an all-star team. I'm doing all this Gold Glove worthy defense for you guys. But you still find a way to lose everything. I'm putting runs on the board. That's what you ask out of me to do. And you're still giving up these. You're still blowing it for me. Again, as much as they're not going to say it in public eye, I guarantee on the inside, this is a team right now that is internally just kind of exploding at the seams.
It's ready to implode.
Yeah, absolutely. Where, again, it is frustration right now at this point. Again, a Rockies team where, again, I got to keep on bringing it up, and I got to keep on putting in front of you, Rockies, is you're 15-22 right now at home. That's pathetic. That is the 3rd worst in all of in the National League right now. Again, who's worse than you? The Mets and the Marlins, and they're dead last, and they're well out of it out in the NL East. Here you are, Rockies. You're only fortunate to be within it in the NL West because, again, teams in the West are just kind of beating up on each other. But, again, also, too, you are doing fairly well on the road, so that's where, hey, Rockies, you, at least for fans, hey, your team has a legitimate shot coming up as they're going to be at L.A., at San Francisco coming up here for this next few contests. But, again, 15-22 at home.
And give the Rocks their due. They do well in San Francisco, and they have played well at Dodger Stadium. So maybe they get healthy on the road. I don't know.
The series between the Giants and the Rockies have always been where either team can win on the road, either team can win at home. It's really a flip of the coin of who. You don't know who's going to win the series. Again, Giants where they are right now. Again, 6-4 in the last 10. They are 24-13 at home. Again, do they take care of it, or do the Rockies find a way to win on the road as they've been doing for the season? Who knows at this point? You really can't judge that series. Same with the Dodgers and Rockies coming up. At home for the Dodgers, they're 20-19. Nothing really too impressive there for the LA Dodgers.
They have once Justin Turner got inserted in the lineup.
They've only gone north since then. Yeah. So,
but anyway,
they've seen the improvements. Giants have as well too. And again, the Rockies at this point, they have no excuses.
Well, the Rockies also yesterday, and I will say this: they weren't offensive juggernauts, because if you look back after Smith left, I think he had some shoulder tightness, if I'm not mistaken. He pitched an inning in the third. He was relieved by Rucinski, who got batted around. The Rockies did not secure a hit. I'm telling you, for 5 straight innings, they did not get a hit.
Well, they've already been close to getting no hit earlier this season, so it does not surprise me.
And then Marquez was no great shakes either. Again, I know the game was delayed by an hour and 20 minutes. Thunderstorms have been running rampant down there at Coors Field, like they have here. And I know our championship game with the Mustangs yesterday got delayed, but they
still got it underway.
Sweated it out and got it all in and played the game. But Marquez was just not good. Russin came in, did a good job relief. McGee came in again and was just horrid. Mm-hmm. Ottavino, and then they even got an inning of Davis because they knew today was going to be an off day, so they had to get these cats some work. But, looking at yesterday's game, 5 runs, 6 hits for the Rockies. That, in most cases, 5 runs is going to get you a win, but not at Coors Field. It doesn't get you a win.
No.
So I will say this, though. LeMahieu hitting 279, Blackman hitting 282. Arenado's having a good season. He's 318. I think he's still leading at third base for the All-Star voting right now.
I think so.
Story hitting 264. Desmond hitting a weak 213.
Nothing really too great other than Arenado. Again, it's all solid. It's
Parra's hitting 304. It's a quiet 304 as far as I'm concerned. And, you look there, and when Cargo's playing, he's hitting about 274 right now.
Again, even on the hitting is probably your best option with the Rockies, but right now, even tossing out those numbers, again, 38-40 right now for the Rockies, 6.5 behind the Diamondbacks in 4th place in the NL West. That's probably, they deserve that spot. That's probably where they need to be, especially with this pitching and also to the bullpen. This is what you kind of expect out of this Rockies. They're a mid-tier, sub-500 team. They're nothing that impressive. Well, this is not a team at this point in time that's making the playoffs. And again, I'll go off of that until they make a move and do something before trade deadline. This is a team that is not competing for not even a wild card spot at this point.
This is the ball club on a 7-game homestand, 4 with the Mets and 3 of the Marlins. You would hope, first and foremost, they would go.
They're 5-5 in the last 10.
I know, but they would go 6-1. You would hope they'd go 6-1 on that homestand. 5-2 at the worst. They went 4-3, and they're lucky to go 4-3.
They're very lucky, again, with a 15-22 home record right now.
So the Rockies, again, our Giants aren't,
They struggle on the road.
We might be sitting okay at 5 games.
I'm happy, again, as a Giants fan and what this team has dealt with.
500.
They're above 500, and again, where you're missing one pitcher right now, you're missing 2 at a point. You're missing 3 at some point in time of starters. Again, you are having issues with the bullpen.
They're starting, like the Dodgers, they're starting to get healthy right now.
They're getting healthy again. Longoria is still the piece that's out, and
again he'll be out well after the All-Star break. But again, they can buy a piece, and actually you got Sandoval.
I think they will.
Well, you actually got Sandoval, who is the natural third baseman.
And Sandoval's doing all right so far. He's kind of revitalized his career.
And Bell is healthy, but again, the Giants are sitting right there.
This is a team, again,
5 games out.
Rockies are deservingly of the 4th place spot in the NL West. I think so. Again, that's where they should be. Giants right now of what they've been dealing with. Again, I think they're at a respectable third. Dodgers, I think every team right now in the NL West, if this is the final standings, would not surprise me. Again, it's going to be a dogfight, I think, between the top three of Arizona, LA, and San Francisco. But again, Colorado at this point in time, you're going to be down there with the Padres fighting to fight off of not being dead last.
And they shouldn't be down there.
They shouldn't. They absolutely shouldn't. But right now, of what we got, the sample size again, this is not a small sample size at this point in time. This is this team
again where they have.
You are a sub 500 team. You're not that good.
Where they have problems are innings 6 through 8,
and until they address that,
yeah.
Sorry, you're still a sub 500 team.
And again, that has been their big killer this year. Again, inconsistency out of the starters as well, and that's something you have noted. To me, again, I call them the young guns. I always get.
I'm just saying, your number one on the Rockies is not a number one anywhere else in the major leagues.
Yeah,
maybe Tampa Bay. I don't know.
No, I tend to agree. I think right now their number ones are.
I'm just saying, Gray
is not a number one.
He's
anywhere else. Again, Anderson,
maybe Cincinnati.
Anderson, Bettis, they're not number ones anywhere else. So again, it's been a tough season thus far for the Rocks, who are a lot better than their 38-40 record. All right, we're going to take a timeout. We're going to come back with hour number 2 of Wyoming Sports Talk today after these words right here on 1480 K-Ray.
This is 1480 KRAE Cheyenne.
Also being heard on translator K266CC Cheyenne at 101.1 FM.
Is your teenager ready to drive?
Come on, Mom. Let's go.
Sorry, you're not ready to drive yet.
What? Come on.
You need to complete a driver's ed class first.
The Wyoming-Montana Safety Council offers a complete driver's education program taught by Tim Woodard, former Laramie County School District's driver's ed teacher. Classes are starting soon. Please call 635-4592 to sign up or go to wmsafetycouncil.org. Wyoming-Montana Safety Council. Think safe. Live safe.
As Cheyenne's weather turns warmer, dust and pollen can become a problem for those with allergies, asthma, or respiratory issues. And the last thing you want in the summer heat is poor air quality in your home or office. So it's time to turn to Marv's Plumbing and Heating. That's right, Cheyenne's most trusted plumbing, sewer, and heating business also services air conditioning. Marv's Plumbing and Heating, 1515 Logan Avenue, can handle all your air conditioning needs. Give them a call, 316-7634. That's 316-7634.
What you are about to hear is a sports talk radio show unlike any other that has ever before been broadcast in the capital city of Cheyenne, Wyoming, USA. This is Cheyenne, Wyoming's Sports Talk Authority. The Wyoming Cowboys, the Denver Broncos, the Colorado Rockies, and the Denver Nuggets. The show is local, it's regional, and yes, the show is national as well. Wyoming Sports Talk Today is on the air. If they're talking sports on the radio in Cheyenne, this is the place it happens. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
And it is hour number 2 of Wyoming Sports Talk Today, which is being brought to you by Taco John's of Cheyenne, Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service on Highway 30, Chick-fil-A at the corner of Windmill and Del Range, right across from Menards, Key of Cheyenne.
I was going to say, if you get a lot of breakfast cars, Chick-fil-A wasn't us. Sorry, we had nothing to do with that.
Sure we didn't.
Super Day, we got cleaned out.
We handed out a bunch of them. We also want to thank Platte Valley Bank ×2 over on the east side of the corner of College and Pershing, along with the original location on Vandehigh. We want to thank Medicap Pharmacy, Bluegrass Circle next to Texas Roadhouse. Lennox Auto Body ×2, the Auto Glass and Detail Center on Pershing Boulevard, the main repair center for autos and trucks over on Dunn Avenue. The key people of Cheyenne, Rachel is your contact person. She'll come on by for the free estimate thing, 414-0074. They will come on by and clean it so you don't have to. First Tier Bank at 1508 Stillwater Avenue. Talk to them about their CD rates going on right now. Open Monday through Friday. Mondello's Pizzeria. Talk to Joe and Caesar and everyone about that delicious pizza ranked in the top 10 by the Food Network folks. We also want to thank the Wyoming-Montana Safety Council. Give them a call, 635-4592. Marv's Plumbing and Heating at 1515 Logan Avenue. Linkaway Liquors at 2825 East Linkaway. And, of course, we kick off our hour number 2 segment with our scoreboard, which is brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne. Here's Nick.
It's a segment, and apparently no, it's just a scoreboard. And how about with local baseball? We'll go with the Cheyenne Post 6 Sixers. They were in action over in Omaha, Nebraska. We'll start on Friday with 2 games. Game number 1, they took on Hopkins, Minnesota, and won that contest 4-1. Game 2 took on Minot, North Dakota, won 4-0. Moving over to Saturday, they had doubleheader as well. Game number 1 against Bryan, Arkansas, lost that contest 4-0. But however, game 2, they took on Creighton Prep and won 14-0. So for the Post 6 Sixers, they are 32-10 overall. For the Cheyenne Mustangs, they were at home at Powers Field, at least competing in their own Summer Classic tournament. Game number 1 on Friday, they took on Lakewood Tigers, won 14-4. Moving over to Saturday, 2 games. Game number 1, taking on the Casper Crush, they won 9-4. And game number 2, took on the Colorado Warriors, won that contest 15-1. On Sunday, they had 2 games as well. Game number 1, hey, guess what? It was against the Lakewood Tigers. Hey, guess what? It was the same score as well, a 14-4 victory for the Cheyenne Mustangs. And on Sunday, the championship against Casper Crush, they won that contest 16-1. So for the Cheyenne Mustangs, they are 35-2 overall. For College World Series action, it is the finals coming up tonight. Game number 1 between Oregon State and Arkansas. That game will be on ESPN. You can see it at 6 o'clock tonight. Again, game number 1, game number 2 will be happening tomorrow at 6 o'clock on ESPN. Again, it is the finals between Oregon State and Arkansas to crown a national champion.
Major League Baseball scoreboard. They have moved to the top of the 9th inning at Comerica, where the Athletics and the Tigers are tied up at 4 apiece. That one's been going back and forth. And again, the Motor City Kitties and the Athletics knotted up at 4 apiece. Top of the 7th inning at Kauffman Stadium. Royals are leading the Halos 1-0. Games getting underway when we say adios. M's at the Orioles at Camden Yards. Yankees and the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park. It will be the Buccos and the Mets at Citi Field. As we found out earlier, will not have Brandon Nimmo in the starting lineup for tonight. Diamondbacks continue their road trip. They'll be in Miami to take on those pesky Marlins at Marlins Park. Nats and the Rays at Tropicana Field at SunTrust Park in Cumberland, Georgia. Reds and the Braves. Padres and the Rangers at Globe Life Park in Arlington. Blue Jays, Astros at Minute Maid. It will be the Indians and the Cardinals at Busch. And the Cubs and the Dodgers tonight at Dodger Stadium. Our scoreboard brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne.
This is the Pepsi that's got a date with your taste buds. We're talking 1,000 bubbles dancing a two-step with you and 2 tacos at 2 a.m.
Order number 83? Come on, you're up!
This is the Pepsi that has mastered the art of the late-night munchies and is always down to dig into some deep dish.
Hey, we don't do deep dish, capiche?
Try telling that to Chicago. This is the Pepsi for po' boys, pulled pork sliders, and the godfather of all sandwiches, the Godfather. This is the Pepsi for street carts, anything a la carte, and is dying to make the leap into your grocery cart. Come on, take us home with you. This is the Pepsi for those who are forever fun. This is the Pepsi for every generation.
Got something to say? Then get it off your chest right now. Phone lines are open at 307-514-1071. Make your opinion count and call the show. Wyoming Sports Talk today.
What were you saying? You're pointing at me and you're saying something. You're yelling. You know, you're kind of a lunatic across the way there. Larry Peroetti along with Nick Peroetti as we are here today on Wyoming Sports Talk today, hour number 2. Hey, thank you again to Ty Lane, who came in from Post 6, the Sixers skipper. And, again, they got a busy day tomorrow. Again, it starts early in the morning for them.
9 a.m. to noon. Yep. Again, with the youth clinic over there at Powers Field. And, again, at 6 o'clock later in the day, we'll be taking on the Greeley Gojos at Powers Field.
So, again, baseball action at Powers Field continues.
They're back home finally, as they've been on the road, it seems like, for the entire month.
You know, and again, this weekend for the Mustangs, which was kind of iffy weather, to be real honest, Saturday was okay.
Yeah.
But Sunday, I mean, you know, we had that cold spell and then the storm.
I don't know. I was inside all day. I was recovering from Super Day. I had allergies, so.
But anyway, they finally got in the game. It was worth the wait, as they say here in the paper, as they win their Summer Classic. But tomorrow.
Oh, the paper was there?
Tomorrow, they should have. We're calling for about 90 degrees tomorrow.
Perfect.
Afternoon. So this will be
like
great.
being back in Vegas.
This will be great baseball weather tomorrow night.
Why can't we have this like every day? Just 90 and sunny.
We might get about 2-3 days, and then I see some storms that are coming back into the folder. All right,
but
so
it was good weather on Saturday as we're now in hour number 2, and that's when I wasn't yelling at you, but hey, we got to talk about the Super Day thing. If you're not going to do it on your show over there on KYY, we'll do it on my show over here on K-Ray.
We'll talk about it. It's not that big of a deal.
I think it's a big deal.
But I just want to mention a couple things here real quick.
Especially because people are being rude to us and also to a guest that we had there alongside with us, too. I mean, it's unacceptable, especially as city representative. Just saying. It's unacceptable.
All right, well, anyway, let me just do this. Let me throw this out there.
Yes.
ESPN has put out their annual body issue. Now,
all right. Who cares?
Yeah, I guess that's where I'm at with that. You know, have you ever bought ESPN the magazine?
I didn't even know they had a magazine, but whatever.
Well, they used to have it. I don't know if they do anymore. But obviously,
who buys magazines nowadays? Unless you're,
obviously, this will be online. But
it's for those creeps who want to see naked, at least get the close of like, oh, hey, I know that one. I know you have Yasiel Puig in this issue.
You got Charlotte Flair in there.
Yeah. So what?
You know what? I'm sorry. I think when Sports Illustrated, many moons ago,
they used to do the
swimsuit issue.
Yeah. Again, I have no issue.
Which comes out every February, which is
good that you know about that. At least you know that date. Good on you.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, the ESPN
only tells signs of you.
Well, nothing wrong with that, but ESPN comes out with this body, and it's like
you have no issue with that, but you have an issue with this.
No, I don't have an issue with the swimsuit issue. No, I don't.
Then why do you have an issue with this?
Because it's
to me either or. I don't care.
They're not nude in the.
Well, they're not showing anything.
Oh, I know, but it's. I don't know. I just
whatever.
I just don't. I can live without this body issue that ESPN.
Who cares? Again, good on them. Do I have an issue with it? No. Am I going to pick it up or read it or see anything? Not really. I don't really care. I'm going to move on with my life and do whatever. Is it something big? No. Who cares?
All right, so you're going to go ahead.
I'm just saying. It's same with the swimsuit, or I was going to say the bikini issue, but whatever. All that's like, meh.
All right, so you want?
Am I going to spend hard money on that? No.
You want to go rag on Super Day? Go ahead, rag on it.
We're going to just transition like that? No buffer? Again, just go from right to you complaining about the body issue to Super Day?
I'm complaining, so I'm leading into the next complaint. Your next complaint.
Oh, that I'm going to complain on? You need a rant on it, too, because, again, they blew up your equipment out there.
I know they did. I mean,
so Super Day. And, again, want to start off with saying, though, thank you to everyone who did join us out there, or at least came by, said hi. Again, I do believe we had a few local, at least loyal listeners to the show who came by, at least.
Both sides of the house, yeah.
Well, and I mean for Wyoming Sports Talk today, too. Again, I do believe we had Sean come by. He's living up in, I do believe, north of the state.
Yeah,
and he unfortunately can't at least attend events like this, at least normally in Cheyenne, as he's living up there. But again, he came by to say hi, and again, a few others who do listen on both the KYY and K-Ray side. Again, thank you to all who did come by. Again, pick up those free gifts that we did have, and also to sign up for tickets that we are giving away as well. Again, thank you to all who did join us. Again, also too, want to thank Erin Elliott with Massage View Mountain View Massage Therapy, who did join us as well too. As much as she was kind of tucked away at first, and then we said,
we brought her up to the front. Yeah.
As much as there wasn't a whole lot of people, at least to where the quote unquote entrance to Lions Park was.
And you enjoyed smelling all the gas from the...
Oh, yeah, there was plenty of gasoline from the generators, and, there was plenty of noises from those generators as well, too, that they tucked away right by us to have a floaty castle. And, again, all good for the kids and whatnot, but for us, as we're primarily audio for people to enjoy music that we were playing out there, you had to be right on top of those stereos that hear anything.
The
speakers, yeah. Again, it was...
What a joke. It was in my umpteen years here, and again, I've been making a habit over the last few years not to play ball on the weekend that we have Super Day, once in a while.
You probably should have done it Saturday.
Nah, and
it cost you less to go down to Denver than what they did.
I know. I lost 2 pieces of valuable equipment.
Because we had a city representative mess around with the plug outlets without notifying us of one time of, oh, hey, that thing's smoking. Didn't mean to do that. Second time, hey, that's smoking again. Sorry, didn't mean to do that.
Yeah. Well, and like I said,
if you don't know electricity, don't play with it. Don't mess it around, or at least notify us beforehand.
Well, here's the deal, Nick, and this is something that you don't know.
What do I do now?
Before they built the Taj Mahal of the Botanic Gardens, we used to always get electric.
Yeah, that thing evolved. I've never been out to Lions in quite some time. That thing I didn't even realize it had 2 stories.
No, well, anyway, so we always had electrical from the Botanic Gardens. We would be there on Cary Avenue next to the car show. So now we're getting generator electric. And
that was just smooth.
Yeah, whatever unit that they had the adapters in, our equipment, it was just sending way too much juice down the line. You even said it on the phone. You could hear the click.
Well, you could hear. I don't think it was too much power. Is more so of an issue of that it wasn't consistent. Okay. Again, you could hear the fluctuation, the pulsating of it. Again, you could see it on our phone unit as well. Again, I think whatever unit that they have, as much as the city does everything cheap, that equipment had to be cheap as well too. Where again, it was not supplying it's awful. Again, it was. City, just give us an extension cord and we'll plug directly into the generator, which eventually we did, and that turned out to be the problem was, hey, your little equipment here that you thought was going to be good and dandy for us was subpar, was garbage.
Basically smoked my...
which killed,
smoked my receiver, smoked my cord to plug into our phone.
And my main issue, and again, talking with a few others, but again, without naming names, but again, the city official that gave someone there a hard time as well too, someone who was with us that talked about it, but again was giving that person a hard time when we had them move from behind to over to the side to get in the public eye instead of being tucked away under those trees. Again, that to me, that's unacceptable. And again, that person saw that individual who was operating their business behind us, saw many a time, and yet you have an issue when we walk away from
everything was done free. Again, it's like we weren't charging for anything. It was like I said, this was one of our more disastrous Super Days. Not happy about it. And again,
I feel bad for Erin. That was her first experience with Super Day, and I feel like it put a bad taste in her mouth of, why would I come back and do this if that's
and again, here's where I'm at. And like I said, I'm not going to sit here and whine and gripe about this much longer because it's I'm so livid. I'm going to say bad words and I don't want to say it. But
you
again,
can't censor yourself.
When we got there early, we
got it early. We got very early there,
and we were all set and ready to go, and then nothing worked from their end.
And we do again when you challenge us of that. Oh, does your power strip work and all this other? It's like, no, we know that it works.
I checked there, but my bottom line is when they blew up our receiver, I ran back here, grabbed receiver number 2. And then
and you quote unquote tested it. Granted, when we knew what the problem was, it didn't work. But
I use electrical here.
Yeah.
But anyway, the same guy who let us in before with our load unload pass would not let me in, and forced me to go park.
Oh, what a joke!
And that really ticked me off because it's like it's too late. I got back there at 9:30.
Yet other people were coming in and out.
Yeah, that's what really PO'd me right there. And to that old fart, I haven't forgotten who you are, pal. But what made me really, really ticked off was I had to carry this receiver from the parking lot over in the Indian Village all the way to where we were located at. And then in the meantime, I see a truck going in that was part of Super Day, and another radio station's vehicle was allowed in. And I thought, you son of a... And I leave it right there.
Yeah, so, it was just an interesting Super Day.
You know what?
Again,
if that's the
my first experience out there live on location, basically, City, you put a bad taste in my mouth. I'd rather be board hopping back here and just sitting in air conditioning than being a part of that mess.
If you want to treat local businesses that way, that's fine. Yeah. I leave it at that, and I say no more.
Shout out to also to again, I don't even refer to them as our competition. They're not even on the same level as us. But again, the banana crew out there. Again, I'm surprised we didn't get to see the Banana Boys out there. We're out here representing our stations, but the quote unquote talent of others, we're giving away bananas. But had a little fun on Twitter with that.
All right, we're gonna take a timeout.
Didn't that feel good? Didn't that feel good?
I gotta go water myself down. I'll be right back.
Water yourself down. Well, come on,
I'm gonna put some cold water on me. Get refreshed. We're gonna come back and talk.
I even picked up audio as well too out there. There was two guys apparently when we were recording. And again, Erin, all credit to Erin. Again, thank you for her joining us out there. But again, we know Erin pretty well. She's a very gorgeous individual as well too. It was funny. I picked up audio when we were in the middle of a broadcast of two people walking by her. They had something to say. It was
Swing! She's magically babelicious.
Yeah, it was very interesting of what they had to say on that.
Right.
Oh, there's my joke of the at least kind of fun of the day to lighten the mood up.
Let's take a timeout. We're going to be back with more of Wyoming Sports Talk today.
We are the key to your cleaning success. The Key People that provides affordable office and professional cleaning services for over 40 years with exceptional customer care. All of our contractors have background checks and are licensed and bonded. We guarantee you a safe and secure service that is tailored to your individual and business needs. The Key People do not impose year-long contracts, and all quotes are free, confidential, and personalized. Call the Key People at 1-800-468-8283. That's 1-800-468-8283.
Chick-fil-A is a proud supporter of our high school athletes at East, Central, and South. May the school year bring success to all of you. Before you start your day, stop by Chick-fil-A for a hearty, delicious, and satisfying breakfast. Only at Windmill and Del Range. Breakfast is served Monday through Saturday from 6 in the morning till 10:30 a.m. Breakfast with Chick-fil-A, the most important meal of the day at Windmill and Del Range.
John Mason here for Lincoln Way Liquor. I want to thank Cheyenne for helping us grow during our first year of business. We have over 5,000 new customers in our database in just 13 months. Our customers love our low prices, free ice, 2% credit for future purchases, and some really friendly service. And we always have 16 weekly specials on beer, wine, and liquor. We ask you to compare Lincoln Way Liquor, 2825 East Lincoln Way. We're not the largest, but we might just be the best.
Is your free checking account no longer free? Lose those checking account fees and lose the hassle by switching to Platte Valley Bank's Value Checking and experience truly free checking. With Platte Valley Bank's Value Checking, there is no minimum balance required, unlimited check writing, no per check charge, no monthly service charge, free net banking, free e-statements, free bill pay, free mobile banking, and Platte Valley Bank customers can use their debit cards at any ATM anywhere absolutely free. So stop by Platte Valley Bank today and lose those fees with Value Checking.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC.
The time is now, and the place to go is Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service for their annual model clearance sale of Jayco RVs and fifth wheels. This is your year to travel the countryside, and what better way with your Jayco RV from Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service. And to put you on the road today, save 30% on their annual model clearance. Their savings are always the best on whatever model you select. Come see and take home your favorite today when you buy from Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service at 6102 East Highway 30 in Cheyenne, or go online to jollyrogersrvs.com. According to the latest Rate Watch report, First Year Bank offers the highest annual percentage yield in the Cheyenne market for 12, 18, 24, 36, 48, and 60-month CDs. The friendly staff is ready to answer any questions and help you open or renew your certificate of deposit. Give Carol, Caitlin, or Deb a call today at 307-632-3500. First Tier Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 K-Ray.
Weather-wise for today, mostly sunny. Look for a daytime high of 78 degrees, winds northwesterly at 5 to 15. Mostly clear for tonight. Our low down to 53 degrees. Winds will be out of a southwest direction at 5 to 10. Tuesday's forecast continued sunny. Look for a daytime high near 90. Winds out of the west at 10 to 15. And for Tuesday night, partly cloudy with our low down to 54 degrees.
You bleed brown and gold? So do we. Wyoming Cowboys football and basketball is always front and center on this show. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's here on AM 1480 K-Ray.
We are back on 1480 K-Ray. Pro Man me, Junior Pro Man he, crossed the way. Let's take a look.
You didn't even know what my station was. And yes, it is mine.
Yeah.
You run the other thing.
You can start paying the bills on this thing.
I pay you enough. You should pay me.
You pay me enough? Well, I need a loan here, pal.
Not even. For what?
I'm so broke.
Please.
I can't afford tomorrow. Here we go. The latest.
What?
3 weeks away from the All-Star game.
Uh-huh.
NL. The outfield looks like this right now. Nick Markakis.
Nothing has changed.
Left field. He's got the most votes. No, I'm sorry.
Wrong.
Freddie Freeman does.
There you go.
So you got Matt Kemp in center, Bryce Harper in right field, Freddie Freeman with almost 2.2 million votes at first base.
Rah.
Ozzie Albies. So you got 3 Atlanta Braves right now leading the votes. Brandon Crawford still leading at shortstop, Nolan Arenado at third base, Buster Posey behind the dish. He's got that's kind of interesting. He's got the least of the votes of all of the vote getters that are currently leading right now.
I don't think he really cares. He's just making it so far looking like he's going to make another All-Star.
Look at his competition. Wilson Contreras of the Cubs.
No.
Kurt Suzuki of the Bravos.
Nah.
Molina of the Cardinals, who's been hurt.
Yep.
And then Grandello of the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Let's see. Belt currently is third for first base, and Rizzo is
He's not even
second.
close.
Yeah, I would think that will be Rizzo. At second base, and this is amazing that DJ LeMahieu is not even in the top 5. Let's be real honest. DJ LeMahieu, who's hit well over 300 for the last 3 seasons, is not even in the top 5. You got Joe Panic fourth. Javier Baez is second right now. Scooter Gannett is third. Give me a break.
He's been doing all right.
Yeah, Arenado, Chris Bryant, and Arenado's got a sizable lead over Bryant. Camargo from the Braves, Suarez from the Reds, and then Justin Turner, who's only played, about a third of the season, if that.
Yeah, but he's still a big name. He's still getting that L.A. vote.
Brandon Crawford. I was just looking at Brandon Crawford. Then you got Swanson from the Braves, Russell from the Cubs, Story from the Rocks is fourth, and then Trey Turner. Just trying to look down here in the outfield. Markakis, Kemp, Harper. Blackman has made a good surge. He's fourth right now in the voting. And then there's Braves. I know the Braves are doing well this year, but really?
Obviously
everybody in Atlanta's voting right now.
Probably. Again, maybe Atlanta, the Braves have been a heavy, where obviously every team kind of pushes of, hey, vote, go out. It's an all-star game. Go vote for our guys, and here's the hashtag and the @ and blah, blah, blah.
I gotcha.
But maybe Atlanta and maybe their farm teams have kind of pushed it a lot harder than others of saying, hey, get our guys in. It's been quite some time since we've had some Brave representation in the all-star game, so who knows?
Well, anyway, Blackman is deserving to get in there, and he's right now running fourth.
Yeah.
All right, let's go over to the American League side, which, of course, we don't really
How
have.
special is the All-Star game at this point in time now?
You know what
I'm just saying,
All-Star game is to me?
even minus now, where, especially back in the days where it did decide home field advantage for the World Series. I mean, was All-Star more prevalent, or at least was it
more prevalent?
Shut up. Was it? I'm trying to think of how to word this, but was it more worthy to be? Clearly, it did. But does it still mean as much as it did?
I don't think
when things were on the line, when it was an actual legitimately game.
Back in the day, what it was.
But I had no issue with the MLB.
I know,
doing
but
that.
back in the day, the winning team got extra money. Again, before all these high dollar salaries.
At this point, I don't think they care.
I know, but when you had rookies on there, hell, I'll even say when Willie Mays was on there, when Willie Mays just cracked the $100,000 mark, but the winning team was getting like $2,500, the losing team got $1,250.
Yeah.
And $2,500 was a lot of money. I think the winning team.
I don't think the MLB is going to be putting up millions.
I think they put up. I think you might get. And I might be wrong. I'd have to go look at the exact number. I think it's $5,000 for winning the winning purse, and the losing team gets $2,500. But again, it doesn't have the same drive anymore. You know what I like about the All-Star game now, as opposed to watching it back then? I like the...
Well, back then, when? Are we talking when it was for
70s,
the World Series?
Or the 70s and 80s. I don't care anymore about it. You know what I like about the All-Star game? I'll tune in for the introduction.
Yeah, I'm curious to see who's representing, and that's about it.
And that's it. And I may watch an inning, and then I'm gone. And I'm done. I don't care.
Again, I'm more so curious of who's starting at least with the Giants, and again, watching when they're up and when they're not a part of that, or at least when they've kind of sat down. Then I lose interest. Even when the World Series home field advantage was on the line, it still wasn't drawing attention to me. Again, that's kind of with any All-Star game. NBA is a joke. Clearly, the Pro Bowl is just an absolute it's garbage.
Yeah, and half the guys don't even go. They get elected to it.
NHL is in the same situation where they've been trying to mess.
At least they changed it around, though.
They've been changing it around a lot, but it's still nothing really translated. Again, what am I more excited is before the All-Star game, it's, hey, the home run derby. Hey, here's the skills competition. Here's, the skills competition in NHL or
the three-point shooting from the NBA.
Yeah. NFL as a whole around that Pro Bowl weekend, I just don't care. But
there's nothing exciting about it. All right, let me get to the AL. Let's give you the AL update here, and then we got to take a break. Right now, the leading vote getter, believe it or not, is Jose Altuve, who is 600,000 votes.
Is that surprising?
No, but he's 600,000 votes short of Freeman.
So?
I mean, here we go.
He's still leading?
Mookie Betts.
Does he care?
Mookie Betts is the outfield leader with 1,568,000. Mike Trout, center field. Aaron Judge with just over 1 million for New York. Really?
Again, that tells you of how much fans, again, really... Maybe with having the World Series home field advantage, it was maybe those. Yeah, I'd love to see the stats on if those numbers were higher back then when it's mattering of, I'm an AL fan. I need to get these players on to compete and get that advantage for my team possibly. But, again, it kind of seems like with the All-Star game, here's what you kind of expect of numbers of, does it really matter?
Well, let's look again, going back to the All-Star. So you got Betts, Trout, and Judge right now. On the infield side, Jose Ramirez from Cleveland. Manny Machado at shortstop.
Machado?
I said Machado.
Machado.
Jose Altuve at second base, and Jose Abreu from the Chicago White Sox at first.
Really?
Wilson Ramos behind the dish, and J.D. Martinez right now, leading vote getter on the DH side. So, just looking at things here, you got Ramos and Sanchez right now.
They're going to do DH, though?
That's what they
Even
say.
though it's at a National League ballpark, I always thought it was AL ballpark. You get to do the DH. NL ballpark, you're playing
Well,
NL
let's see why he's got 1.1 million votes right now.
What do you mean, see why?
Well, I want to get down here when I get to the outfield.
Because you don't have a DH on the NL?
Abreu, Moreland, Gurriel from the Astros, Pujols, and Cabrera, the top five. It's pretty tight, from 1 till 2. Let's see, Altuve kind of running away with it. Nobody's even, Torres from the Yankees is about 1 million votes behind. D. Gordon from the M's, 1.3 million.
And again, those numbers you toss it up, it shows how much interaction, how much fans really care about the All-Star game at this point.
This will go back to, and I'll hit that up here in just a second. Ramirez, comfortable at third base over Andujar from the Yankees. Bregman is third. That's surprising with the Astros, as good as they are, that they don't have a lot of love right now. Machado is at shortstop. He leads Correa by almost a couple 100,000. Lindor is third. Outfield, Betts, Trout, Judge. Then you have Brantley from the Indians, Springer, Benintendi from the Red Sox, and Brett
Butcher
Gardner.
that one.
What's that?
Nothing. Continue on.
Benintendi? Tendi? How do you say it?
Close enough.
Benintendi. How's that?
Sure.
And then they actually have a vote for the DH. And there it is. J.D. Martinez leads Stanton by almost 700,000 votes.
All right. So, what, AL is going to have a DH and NL just
they're voting
bats
for
with the pitcher?
They're voting for a DH.
Weird.
So there you go. Those are your votes right now. But it's interesting that you mentioned how the numbers are down. Man, Major League
and they could be down. I don't, without realizing years
down.
past. Again, I haven't been invested in numbers with All-Star Game, and probably my entire life I could care less. It's just more so of, hey, that representative is there, or again, whoever's on the Giants is playing or something like that. But again, is it down, or is it something where it's kind of on average, on par with?
No, it is down. Major League Baseball numbers are down as a whole. Why? Because of all of the bad weather that they suffered through in May. Again, this is when you start pumping this thing out.
Is it, or is it fans just not caring? Or, again, maybe MLB, again, really hasn't really pumped out, hey, All-Star game is coming up here soon.
If you look at
if you go to a ball game,
vote. You know,
if you're at attendance, but I've been reading as well, too, that fan attendance right now across MLB is slowly trending downward.
It's down by 7% over last year, and it was down last year. And, again, you blame the weather in a lot of those cases where fan attendance
What are you going to do? Again, you're in Colorado. Here it is, June, and also to a little part of May. Guess what? You deal with thunderstorms. You know that. Is that an excuse of years past when Coors Field has had great attendance, or again where MLB saw attendance a lot higher than it's been? No, I'm pretty sure this is not the first rodeo that the Major League Baseball has seen with weather. Again, snow. We've had series, especially in Coors, canceled because of snowfall in the beginning part. Again, how much is weather playing a factor? It's a little bit, but it's nothing that's major of saying we're 7% down from even last year where we were down from the year before.
Yeah, I don't know why MLB voting is down. Maybe there's going to be a mad rush here coming up in the last
Possibly.
3 weeks. But again, we're going to keep our eye on it. But again, Freddie Freeman from the Braves, over 2 million votes right now. But I'm surprised though, Buster Posey, just who usually fares very well in voting, and he's going to probably be the backstop for the Nationals again. But, only 1 million votes for Buster Posey? He's pretty well liked across the major leagues, and that's why I'm just kind of like, it's interesting he only has 1 million votes. And, again, as well as I do, San Francisco, they draw 44,000 fans, 43,000 fans.
Again, I think it's just translating into fan participation of that, again, where we're no longer...
Are they bored with it? Are they bored with being part of the system?
Are you talking fans or players?
Are the fans bored with this?
Again, all signs would point and say, yeah, I would say so. Again, without having that home advantage kind of stipulation, it does take away from the All-Star game. Again, with any All-Star game, for me personally, I could care less. I am not interested. I do not care. It's something where give the players a break. I get it, but other than that, though, as a fan, sorry, I'd rather watch real baseball where I'd rather watch a game that is worth something. It means something to a standing, not something where they're going to go out there and maybe put on trick plays and you're going to see something wacky up there at the plate, or, again, you see the dunk fest in the NBA All-Star game. Not about that. I don't care. I'd rather watch the home run derby, call that good. I'm good. I don't need to see anything else. Sorry, again, it's nothing against baseball. It's all four major sports of their All-Star game, their weekends, their Pro Bowls. It's a joke. We even saw with the NFL of how much of a joke it was. The players are goofing around. They don't care. They've admitted that they don't care. So, that translates. Well, again, that's skills. That's something unique. Not saying a game where, okay, yeah, we get it. You guys are the top of your game, and you're just going to you're having fun. It doesn't mean anything. Sorry. I don't care. 3-point contest? Absolutely. Skills competition in NHL? Absolutely. NFL? Sorry, I just don't care overall in that Pro Bowl weekend. But it's something new. It's something unique. But the games itself, do I want to see the dunk fest that is the All-Star game? No. MLB All-Star game, am I invested in that? Other than the introductions? No.
And seeing with the NBA, I think
it's translated to fans of, you clearly don't really care about it. Why should I care?
Well, the NBA shot themselves in the foot by letting the guys pick the teams. You had Team LeBron. And
well,
team
that was their way of trying to alter it, to change it up, to, I don't know, encourage fans to get into it. But again,
if you're going to watch the NBA All-Star game, and you're going to go there and watch a defensive battle, it's not going to happen. And again,
I get it why they go with it's 150 or approaching 200 points.
Hell, you want to see 200 there.
You want to see that. You want to see that offense clearly. But again, for me, they're just goofing off, and sorry, don't care. Just get on with the regular season. I'd rather watch where, again, the Warriors are competing towards that regular season standings, or, again, the Giants competing. It's like, sorry, I'm not invested. And clearly with those individual sports not really investing a whole lot into it, or at least they're trying to figure out, it's translating to the fans where, why should I be invested? Why should I care? Why should I vote? I don't want to be a part of this. Just play the regular season. Who cares?
Well, I'm just kind of curious how they're going to instill some excitement here. Again, you can do it.
I don't think you can. Again, that's $1 million question.
To do it. You can do it right here online.
Again, the $1 million question is that right now, especially with all four of those sports. Again, MLB went and said, hey, we're going to put it where something's on the line, with including the biggest prize out there of, hey, home field advantage in the World Series. It no longer determines on your record. No, it's between AL and NL of who's deciding who's at home.
Well, and
that was probably the biggest thing to draw eyeballs. Again, that makes it where, okay, something's on the line here. All right, now I'm invested.
I think what's going to eventually happen, they're going to take it away from the fans. It's going to be back against their peers. It's going to be the peers voting,
which is fine.
And for me, I don't really care. But I'll tell you this: I know, back a long time ago when I went to the Coliseum or the Candlestick, and we had to do the Chads. You had to pop through, and they all wanted you to vote all athletics and all Giants. And now it's so much easier to vote. How many times you can vote? Like up to 50 or something like that?
I don't know.
Numerous times, I guess, you can vote. And people are like, it doesn't tickle their fancy anymore. So, I don't know. I think pretty soon Major League Baseball may just say, hey, you know what? Let's just go back to having the guys vote on their best team and call it good. Because here's what's going to be interesting.
Will Commissioner Manfred be even smart enough to do that? Or, again, I have no trust in him to make any good decisions.
Well, you're looking at also, too, the situation coming up, like a Brandon Nimmo.
Yeah.
You got that one extra spot. They always reserve
which,
that
again,
one extra
I
spot.
don't see him, again, nothing against Nimmo, but I especially with voting how it is, obviously it is kind of a mixture of fan favorites. That's why you do see, especially if I have to go back to the NBA, you saw Kobe Bryant when he was with those awful L.A. Laker teams. He was still getting in it because of fan favorites. It's a wait and see to see who's against Brandon Nimmo.
And this would be just
hey, Puig is in this. Okay, I know Puig.
I
He's
know,
a good
but I'm just
player.
saying, though, you got
him.
Nimmo from one of the biggest markets in the country.
But shares probably the smallest share of it, though. Again, the Mets, how big are they compared to the Yankees, though?
Oh,
I mean, let's be honest. In the mecca that is New York, they're pretty much in the major shadow that is the Yankees.
But again,
let's be honest.
It's New York. Doesn't New York want a New Yorker to be on the All-Star team?
Yeah, you got it with Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees. There you go.
Oh, gosh, this is ridiculous.
Am I wrong or right? It's kind of like with Chicago. What is more the dominant team out there, the Cubs or the White Sox? I think right now the biggest shadow is the Cubs. Same with the Yankees. Again, what has been a more prosperous, a more winning team? Obviously the Cubs, that's a different story. But with the Yankees, sorry. They got more World Series titles, or they've been more of a relevant franchise throughout the entirety of baseball. Mets, sorry, you're right in the coattails.
Well,
of the
again,
Yankees.
like you said, for the Mecca, New York, and Aaron Judge only has 1 million votes right now. Whoa,
that's just more so on fan participation, where again fans just don't care.
All right, well, we're going to take a time out. Enough about the All-Star break and enough about Major League Baseball because nobody cares. We'll be right back after these words on 1480 KRA.
When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think authentic Italian. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think made fresh from scratch. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think great pizza, delicious Philly cheesesteak, superb hot and cold Italian sandwiches, meatballs, sausage, and special subs, calzones, crisp salads, and great service. When you say Mondello's Pizzeria, think unmatched Italian taste. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, your only true Italian stop for lunch or dinner.
At Medicap Pharmacy, we concentrate on nothing but your medications and your health. Each location is a locally owned full-service neighborhood pharmacy. We won't make you walk through aisles and aisles of stuff or wait in a long line. Instead, we'll always make time for you by listening, answering your questions, and explaining your prescriptions.
Medicap Pharmacy. We'll always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
For 56 years, 1480 K-Ray has been Cheyenne's home for good times and great oldies. Also with KYY FM, we are Cheyenne and the area's only locally owned AM/FM combo radio stations. Add that to the addition of 3 FM radio translators to serve the area with programming from both K-Ray and KYY, and that equals a lot of bang for your local advertising dollar. Radio, yesterday and today, still works. For more information, contact Don Morris at 307-637-0301.
Wow, it's hot enough out there to fry chicken. So now's the time to find ways to beat the heat, and Marv's Plumbing and Heating, 1515 Logan Avenue, is the best place to go to get cool. Marv's Plumbing and Heating, which provides complete air conditioning, installation, inspection, and repair services, is offering its air conditioning inspections for just $98. So beat the heat right now by calling Marv's Plumbing and Heating today at 316-7634. That's 316-7634.
Is your teenager ready to drive?
Come on, Mom. Let's go.
Sorry, you're not ready to drive yet.
What? Come on.
You need to complete a driver's ed class first.
The Wyoming-Montana Safety Council offers a complete driver's education program taught by Tim Woodard, former Laramie County School District's driver's ed teacher. Classes are starting soon. Please call 635-4592 to sign up or go to wmsafetycouncil.org. Wyoming-Montana Safety Council. Think safe, live safe.
Taco John's presents Olay the Day Pep Talks.
Good game, boys. You showed some real fight. Like when Wachowski put that hit on our own mascot. Solid work, son. Okay, Friday was for football, but Tuesday is for tacos. Taco Tuesday at Taco John's. It's a sacred holiday where we eat tacos repeatedly until I get full.
Save big every Taco Tuesday with crispy beef tacos for just 99 cents.
Get some rest, boys, because come Taco Tuesday, we olay the day.
Olay the day at Taco John's.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 K-Ray.
Weather-wise for today, mostly sunny. Look for a daytime high of 78 degrees, winds northwesterly at 5 to 15. Mostly clear for tonight. Our low down to 53 degrees. Winds will be out of a southwest direction at 5 to 10. Tuesday's forecast continued sunny. Look for a daytime high near 90. Winds out of the west at 10 to 15. And for Tuesday night, partly cloudy with our low down to 54 degrees.
We're taking Cheyenne, Wyoming Sports Talk Radio to a whole new level. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
Don't look at me. I think these people are completely nuts.
Stop this crazy thing!
And it's only here on AM 1480 K-Ray.
OMG, I like this. Jacob Emrani, a personal injury attorney and longtime Lakers season ticket holder, who put up 4 billboards recruiting LeBron James to the Lakers back in March, now says he's paid over 40 billboards around L.A., including 2 near Staples Center, centered around George joining the Lakers. And the one billboard here says, "Can't spell purple and gold without PG, hashtag PG to L.A." I'm telling you, this is crazy. Free agency will get underway, officially on July 1st.
Yeah.
And Lakers team president Magic Johnson, general manager Rob Pelinka will begin a long way to summer, which they hope to land the 2 max free agent stars like James and George. I love it. This guy.
And Kawhi, granted, right now it seems like talks with Kawhi have kind of settled down, that the Spurs are looking to sign him for a lengthy deal, apparently. That's coming out of Spurs camp, or at least with the front office saying that the talking with, or at least talking to with Kawhi between
you knew
him.
That was going to happen.
Well,
it was a money deal from the get-go. Guy, you can't be that stupid.
Well, again, who knows at this point in time? Maybe they do. Maybe Kawhi does swerve all of us and does head out to the Lakers. Again, who knows at this point? Free agency could be a complete bust where LeBron just stays pat. PG goes, I'll screw it. I'll take my lumps here in OKC. And Kawhi goes, yeah, it was really only for the money here in San Antonio. Who knows at this point in time? Again, we've heard so many rumors. Again, the only rumor right now we can dispel is LeBron James is not going to the Denver Nuggets. Get that out of your minds, people. Again, Earl Boykins, you're an idiot for just saying that. Again, I just have to calm down every Nuggets fan I see of going, that is not happening anytime soon, even with the 35 to 40% chance that Earl gave out to on air. You've been smoking some good product down there, Earl Boykins, down in the Mile High City. But Again, right now with NBA free agency, anything and everything can happen. LeBron could go to the Warriors for all we know. He has apparently a setup meeting with the Golden State Warriors, among also to San Antonio, L.A., Cleveland, Boston, New York, and a few others, where, again, he's going to entertain every option, listen to every team's offer, and see what's the best fit for him. Maybe he does retain and go back in Cleveland. Again, NBA just went through its draft. Cleveland picked up personnel. Again, obviously he's going to be a rookie, but maybe something to, again, build around, which it sounds like LeBron wants to do, but who knows at this point in time? Again, does Kawhi move? Does he go and sign for a lengthy deal? Was that just complaining out of him and just asking for more money?
You wanted more cash. I mean, and it worked. Here, and you know what? You don't have to complain in San Antonio. They pay you very well there.
But does Popovich want a complainer, though? That's the big thing as well, too, is does Popovich really want to roll over for this guy if he's going to say stuff like what he did in the offseason of going, I don't want to be here, I don't want to play anymore, I want to go to Lakers or the Knicks. And again, Popovich is a zero tolerance coach.
Yeah,
again,
I agree.
Is he going to put up with a player like that? Again, right now, Kawhi, in my mind, he's not worth the money. He's not that. He has the talents, but again, his issue is the injuries. Am I going to invest all this money for something that is not a guarantee with him? And also, too, again, if I'm Greg Popovich, do I want this cancer in my locker room? Again, if I were him in that shoes, I'd say no. I'd say, see ya, Kawhi, go have fun wherever else. We're going to go out and do our own thing, rebuild, and get back and possibly, raise more banners here in the AT&T Center. Again, that's just me.
Right.
Again, PG-13, does he want out of OKC? Who knows? Possibly. Again, it seemed like all instances you had the power three with Carmelo and Westbrook.
Bad news for OKC, by the way.
What?
Carmelo Anthony did not exercise the early termination option on the final year of his contract to join the free agent market this year. So he's officially a member of the Oklahoma City Thunder again next season. He'll earn almost $28 million to complete the 5-year, $120 million contract he signed with the Knicks back in 2015.
That sucks.
So for you fans in Oklahoma City, don't
enjoy the next 5 years.
Yeah, don't plan on them being anywhere near.
They'll be a playoff team, but I mean,
they won't be in the championship round next year again because you got Carmelo back. Now, this is the last year of this deal. Now, since acquiring him before last season, the Thunder had anticipated that Anthony would opt out in the final year of his deal, always viewing the trade as a 2-year deal, despite some comments after the season by the 10-time All-Star expressing some dissatisfaction with his role. You want to go there?
You gave me issues, so don't even.
Do you want to go there again? I'm trying to read this here because you also interrupt me.
Oh, I did not say anything until that.
So anyway, for OKC fans, you got Carmelo for one more season, and again, don't expect to be in the NBA championship this year.
Not with him on your team, absolutely not.
And get this, Anthony, who's now 34 years old, averaged career lows across the board with the Thunder last season, including 16.2 points on 40.4 shooting, though he did set a career mark for three-pointers made last season. Anytime he had the ball, remember, Russell Westbrook takes care of the basketball.
Well, yeah.
And there's not enough basketballs to go around in OKC. So anytime Anthony got the ball, he stopped and popped.
He was afraid to shoot it or something. I don't know. Right now, Carmelo Anthony, from wherever he's been at, Denver, going to New York to now OKC, he's kind of the biggest underachiever, it feels like, and again, the biggest cancer of any team he's ever been on. Again, Carmelo Anthony, just give up at this point in time, man. You're not worth it. Why people pay money for you? Why people want to recruit you?
OKC wants to re-sign Paul George, too.
Good on them. They should. Again, Paul George is a good talent. Again, with OKC, maybe it is a situation where maybe give him a year. That last year was a year to kind of, at least kind of for maturation, just kind of get everything all cohesive between everyone. Hey, here's Carmelo, here's PG-13, here's Russell Westbrook. You all kind of get a full understanding, get a full year under your belt. Year two is when they be more cohesive and they're a better team at this point. Who knows at this?
George has until Friday to opt out of the $20.2 million he is owed in the final year of his contract and become an unrestricted free agent. So we'll see what's going on. But bad news for OKC. Carmelo Anthony has decided to stay. Oh, no.
And I guess bad news for the Lakers as well, too, right? You didn't see what happened? I told you about this, I think, last week, that Leandro Ball,
yeah.
Again, the brother of Lonzo Ball, again, of the Ball family, he was offered by the Los Angeles Lakers a tryout at the summer camp, again, as it's held out there in Las Vegas, Nevada, coming up. He was offered at one point in time, but next day, a day later, again, and within a 24-hour span, was no longer offered to join the Lakers in the summer ball, at least summer camp. How the Lakers put it was, it wasn't just only basketball reasons, but it was more what was brought to the table. Yeah. But they said it was more than just basketball issues with LiAngelo of why we took back our offer. So there will not be the Ball brothers on the LA Lakers as one LeVar Ball was thinking and was saying to everyone that it was going to happen, but unfortunately the Lakers said, no.
Golly gee whiz, it's not going to happen. Wow. All right. We got to wrap things up here. I didn't realize how late it was.
Well, you like to draw it on.
No, you like to expound too much. Here's what we got going on for you. We've got Red Skelton Times 2 on the Golden Age of Radio Theater. That'll be coming your way tonight from 8 until 9, 9 until 10. We will have Suspense Theater as the Golden Age of Radio Theater gives you 2 hours of classics right here on 1480 K-Ray. The best of the 50s and 60s, the music that we grew up with together, coming up here after we get done with the program. As we do each day that we're here, we always have a segment at the end called This Date in History.
Hell, I even bonused one as well, too, since we missed it on Friday, since we didn't have one.
Okay.
So we'll start with number one. One is just me reading off. The other one's an audio clip. But we'll go on this date. It is June 25th. We'll go back to the year 1968. This player did this in his first appearance for the Giants.
June 25th, 1968. That would be Bobby Bonds made his first appearance as a Giant.
What did he do in that first?
Hit a home run.
Okay, what type of home run?
A grand salami.
There you go. June 25th, 1968, Bobby Bonds hits a grand slam in his first Major League game with the Giants. Now, also, too, on this date, back in 2009, this player was drafted in the NBA.
Steph Curry by the Warriors.
With the 7th pick in the 2009 NBA draft, the Golden State Warriors select Stephen Curry from Davidson College.
And then
do I need
history from there?
Do I need to just let you know that I know my sports?
I know you're cheating. I know you're cheating.
How am I cheating? Look, I got nothing on.
Please, and you have.
And I will tell you this. I will tell you this. In 1979, on this date in history, he made his first appearance for the Oakland A's. Stole his first base.
Ricky Henderson?
That's it. One young Ricky Henderson on this date back in 2000.
Now, I wasn't alive for then, and I knew that.
All right. Well, with that all being said and that all being done, and I go 2 for 2 because I'm that damn good.
I'm 1 for 1, so we're still at 100%.
I kind of hinted you all the way through. With that all being,
I hinted you at the. I had to give you the Bobby Bonds one.
Shut up. All right. It's time to wrap up our program.